Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. TRU Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hate, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating, too much you hear but you shaking, too much of a friend yet you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating, you too much of an agent. Celebrities too heavenly bodies that you stargazing, dilated peoples, stark amazement, top chart chasing, your heart racing, spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much? Am I paint can graffiti art, spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day, breaking too much, these mobs operate too much ego, way too much for me, yo.
D-Bo, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's good, man? We'll let it up about 10, man. Boys still asleep. Shane Ganja's still out, man. We had a good time last night. We got some good today, though.
Purposely misplace you engine and shouted, tax you on your own land engine. You a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine.
Right back.
Black, you that person in all caps on them contracts, legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? And engine, no one is coming to save you. A great new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. They graven image that reset the same station. They played you, engine, to say unseen. And you should straight can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Hold fast, let me get that. Mouth to lift that. Gift rap, not rhetoric. Shit chat, shit back, go back and forth. On platforms for an intro scratch. Rich that for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary conshipment that don't kiss back. Shit swag. We hit and get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, that provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Sure fighting, shoot, Hebrew, mush, Mason, Morris, cornerstone. Fraternal orders up, harsh room. You've no substantial foundation. Flawless zone. Bottomless spit up, broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines lay lies, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the soul is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My word is wrong.
Yeah. Wait, one more time. Oh, yeah. I had to eat something, y'all, because I really didn't eat yesterday like I was supposed to.
Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. TRU Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hate, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating, too much you hear but you shaking, too much of a friend yet you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating, you too much of an agent. Celebrities too heavenly bodies that you stargazing, dilated peoples, amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing, spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much? Am I paint can graffiti art? Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much, these minds operate. Too much evil, way too much for me, yo. Not with all the fake check-ins. Either you're from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a hanger. They've displaced you engine, replaced you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide, engine, land session, agreements, a fake space. Few engine change, days to purposely misplace you engine. Egg shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. Black person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn, engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? An engine, no one is coming to save you. A great new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A raven emissary set the same station. They played you, engine, that say unseen, and you should straight case slay you, engine. Shit back and forth on platforms for a itch or scratch, rich step for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary conshipment that don't kiss back, shit swag. We here to get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, all organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone surefire. Shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Moorish, cornerstone, fraternal orders of Horse Rome. Substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit of broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines like ley lines aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the soul is gone and corn is grown. The war is on.
Oh man, what's going on? What's happening? Dave with the only man. Indigo Turtle, what's up, beloved? Yeah, hey, I'm about to hit it off, man. With the brothers here, you know, when, like, if any of y'all ever come around me, oh man, you know this. The perception is the flesh. All right, hold on. The perception is the flesh, because it's visual. Remember when I was stating last week how we have been brought into this existence of physical acceptance. So therefore there cannot be no plausible deniability, because we've seen life as what is perceived to be life, and death what is perceived to be death. Now I'm not here to ostracize, but we have this phantom growing, and it's always with a new generation. Now you know they're working hard to get rid of over 6 billion people. What's funny about that, what's very funny about that, is that you have those speculating and wondering who is the ones who are protected out here doing the dirty work. Well, look, if you're not on the... it doesn't matter about the actors. If you don't have the ticket, then why are you still performing the duties, the menial duties of the liar? Why are you being self-destructive? Why are people arguing and all that other stuff? You dig what I'm saying? Anasazi. So you're our enemy, huh? Because a lot of people don't know what that term really means. I had to show it in the Navajo. It's not theirs. It means our enemies, those who were never here, who came and fought. But I'm going to read some things that enlighten it. Actually mentions the Hopi and the Navajo. Some of my good brothers, regardless of the truth of history. All right? But first I must dig through this. And let me finish off. This is not scripted. This is, when I go to slumber, I went early yesterday evening. For the kind of, I would say, really the first time, kind of the second time, the first time I had about 5 different dreams. You know, I don't know what the term dream is. It's what we utilize. I say that you actually exist far different from what you know. And I woke up. My slumber was interrupted twice. One time in my dream, I had to run to the latrine. I got up and thought I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't have to go. That's not, I won't say how real it is real. But how, when you start crossing these vectors, I'm going to use the term vectors, you play a very, very literal game of touch. And different hemispheres. They say we have a hemisphere left and right, right? There are times when I take a break from meditation, even from grounding. We're supposed to be grounded 24/7, but yet we're not. It's important to do that because sometimes things become a wash and you have to refresh the continuum. If you get what I'm saying, I'm actually speaking where I can't put everything right there. I just cannot do it. It has to be partial. It was good to be able to have this relaxed. A lot of times people think I'm relaxing all the time. I'm out running around, this, that, and the other. So with the brothers here, and we're going to pack up some stuff today, do some things. It's not raining. So hopefully we can get over there to my brother Chad, get his Ford over there, have him a look at it. At least if we got to turn some wrenches, we can establish a time period and do what is needed to be done. Things change. You must be able to adapt to change. The world we're living in, based on fake crayon color, is beyond just a social construct. Because to deny you of who you are, the perverted have decided to take that very narrative to which we've been pushing, nobody else, and say, okay, gender is a social construct. Well, actually, on the peripheral of what man and woman, by the narrative, we can go back to antiquity, by the female and male organs, and the existence of not the monopoly to which you're dealing right now based on big pharma and corporation, would never have been an issue. It has been pushed. It has been by design. That's the reason why I read geoengineering patterns yesterday. And I didn't even read about 100 of them. I said, I know the brothers and sisters. It don't matter the walk of life. Will go ahead and look at for themselves, and you will go through it dynamically. And you will research, cross-reference to see exactly what it is, because you don't know what everything means. And with that, it doesn't matter what the enemy does. Listen. When I said before that they are stupid, don't misconstrue sacrifices, death things, howls and screams because you didn't hear them, destruction and everything. Don't, and weapons, and do not take it as if that's intelligent. That is not intelligent life. They are stupid. So allow them their perversion. Okay? You control it, but until you actually learn how to control, if you want to buy into that statement, because there is no control, but control that your hemisphere. You're going to put in the work, and if you're not, then you can eradicate that thought process. Okay? Gotcha, gotcha, man. I thought you was down there Zion, man. Okay, let me pull this up. Have a flip to the page. Okay, let me see. All right, so I want to read first the science of the sacred secretion. You know what I'm saying? If you want any donations, appreciate it. All the notifications off, I wouldn't know. I'm not looking. I said I'd probably look today, but I doubt anybody. I know it's Saturday, so I know nobody's donating. Y'all probably went out and partied and everything. Saw me and them having a cold one, right? Because I really don't drink beer, y'all. But yesterday I was like, I'm not spending, because it used to be like $4 cheaper the wine I get. So I just picked up some Miller Genuine Draft, and that lowers your testosterone, man. There's no way out of it. Beer lowers your testosterone. Just a can, 2 cans. That's why I'm gonna make the guys this morning some milk You can warm it up best at night with some cloves in it. And it keeps the testosterone level up besides giving some good fat. It's not the best. I could mix it with an avocado, right? And make it creamy with but then the avocado plays a little different role, which is good fat, but not the cholesterol benefits of milk with the clove. And so you don't want to mix those two. I'm not saying it's going to harm you, but not everybody can do it. But we're going to do that here in a little bit, man. I really need like an hour or two more rest. But anywho, I want to read you a list that's according to the law, according to Jesus. Jesus, whatever words you want to use. Hell, if you want to use, Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which actually is a Tartarian lingo that means somebody who they had to make ugly like they did everything else, like the leprechauns, the original Twa people of the Mississippi, most lands, even of the Anu, Scotland and Ireland. You see what I'm saying? The Twa. That's what he was, and he would be more or less around Peru or somewhere, as far as the true history of so-called Jesus, Quasimodo, life bringer, and that's what he was. About 4'8", 5'4", had a hunch, very terrible hunch in his back. Was very, very one of his eyes, like, when I do his voice, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there they go. There go my great white people. Oh, yes, thank you, Ronald Reagan. Oh, look at that little nigga over there. Oh, they always come around when we get the pumpkins and the watermelon, because they eat that fried chicken. So you get where I'm coming from, right? And he had the face only a mother could love. Who else could love somebody that we have been cross-examined and put into this power of bullying to look at people with medical conditions? We'll use the term medical. These conditions established because of the perversions, even incest, we come out afflicted. We say retarded, Down syndrome, these things, which are actually very magnificent, beautiful people or individuals, excuse me. But Jesus, or Quasimodo, the real individual, was a very grotesque individual. Yet, under all of that, the dynamics of that time and period, when things were changing, he was walking in miracles, by the definition of what they say miracles mean. There's no such thing. But he was walking in the Hawa, in the light, the breath of existence. He was walking in the nothing. That's why he was capable and able to do all these things. Now, don't get it twisted. For there were the Shis of that era too, who did the same thing and were the first ones subjugated. But we're not here to discuss that. I just gave some tea. So if you want to start researching some material to look as for the women, or the woman, the maternal, the matrilineal line of it, research that and see what you come out with. I'm not here to give a whole lot of stuff. I'm only here to share the little bit of knowledge I have. It is for you to inspire to be greater than the crayon colors, the division, the sacrilege, the death, the mayhem, murder, the chaos that they need you functioning in. Stop paying attention to the wars, for you are at war on your home front, but you are still too comfortable in your ignorance. How were they able to achieve that? By taking the babies whose ancestors never would perform such things and making them binary to an existence and creating a hate that where it didn't exist, and to give them something, or offer them something. Therefore, they can create taxation without representation, as they murdered through the land when our people had believed in fiction that the treaty stood, and they started murdering these people based on certain women screaming and lying. Okay? And those things should be the things held over their heads. Yet, because you have these individuals in these institutions, a theology and everything else, and religions and all that stuff, you have a new generation in the same consortium from Africa, all right, and certain other lands. This is what they did. We created hip-hop, music, the world over. The vehicles they drive, we created. It doesn't matter what changed, so they can rob and cheat the people of the best of the quality. Okay? So now they look with envy and hate, not knowing where it came from, that we never create. Most of the West Coast is our people. And they run around in ignorance because of the mixing. And that they sit there because of their parents failed them, and a lot of them are dead now from the 60s. They're dead. But they've institutionalized them in Europe and everywhere else. But then when you tell them that they fake Christopher Columbus, all right, not Zarko, the lie of it, the piracy, we're taking our people to Europe and all these places. And you see our people all over there, but you don't see the others. These people run on ignorance. And now you have this fake African supremacy because they got some false hope because of what the media, to you know who runs it, is pushing. And because France and Belgium and them places are stepping out of Africa, and Spain, that don't mean they're stepping out. They're giving this fictional look to make them believe by supplying with weapons and everything else to push into a new narrative after so much pain and suffering and harm that there's a false sense of hope. And they got a bunch of ignoramuses running around because before Europe, we were the Hebrew Israelites over here arguing in the streets. They came over here, went to our schools and saw it, and they took their asses over there and started monopolizing it, just like they have everywhere else, because they were running around doing some very vile things and witchcraft and hoodoo and voodoo before they started getting together, just like in the 70s when they were coming over here, they couldn't even color coordinate. Now they're walking around in Chinese-made dashikis and things, thinking they're coordinating. Our people all the world over have majestic and beautiful. But here you have this broken thing where nobody can put it together. Y'all don't know the timeline, so it's unimportant. Okay? It's unimportant. Ill-advised to even think you're equipped to be able to hold a conversation. To vibrate on a frequency that's amendable. Pay attention not to the worthless niggas and those things that are not like you who think they're better because they were given something better than you. So that's obvious. It shows that they're not better than you. Because if you want sacrifice, right, to be poisoned and intoxicated, they wouldn't have a chance. So they're bunks. They're bitches. They don't want the strongest of you. They're cowards. They need the weakest of you. They run around in secrecy, you, looking at you and smiling in your face. All the time they want to take your place. These backstabbers. Smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Backstabbers. When you want to see the relationship of the Negro and the Jew, which is pragmatic to everybody's problems. Let's go ahead and get this in right here. The science of the sacred secretion. Law according to Jesus. Take it from the Bible. Take it from the Bible. I have rephrased some of these slightly to reflect how it can be used as a guide when preserving the chrism, the fluid that your brain, the sacrodeliac, floats around. Okay? 1, do not get angry. Love your enemies. Pay attention. 2, don't commit adultery, even mentally. I'm fucking a whole bunch of people with wives I can't stand. Look. 3, pray and meditate. But I'm going to clarify some things. Not in my opinion. Fast and remain alkaline. So yes, eating meat, right? But what is the dynamic of the meat being partaken of? Most of it's poison anyway. Just as they've been poisoning the vegetables. Most of the vegetables that actually exist don't even exist because they've been hidden away in the perversion given to you. So how do you have to do it? Just listen. Store up treasures mentally. That's positive thinking. Whether it be incremental or slow. 6, give to the needy. It's not what you think. When you say give to the needy, love thy neighbor. That means do not persecute, do not covet even the wrong of them. It doesn't mean that people get a pass, but I'm gonna let y'all know. Do not worry for tomorrow. Number 7, 8. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean what the church be teaching. Okay? 9. Do not be a hypocrite by telling others to do what you are not. If I am doing something, I would never ask of you to do it in the first. But I would think in my notion that what exudes from me would inspire you. I wouldn't have to inquire because that would be tangible because it would be physical. Not only would I would see it, I would reciprocate and say, appreciate it. Or I would say, no need. 10, ask and it will be given. The law of attraction. Y'all don't know how to ask self to be better than self. Even when it's in the worst state, we always do this because we've been nurtured to do this. There was no nurses in schools when I first worked, but the Black Panther Party, well, the Panther Party, established that, which the government, the Gujar, saw the benefit. They could use it as a weapon as well. And you have seen that over the last 3 decades. 11, a good tree produces good fruit. Eat healthy and organically. That's what it's saying. A good tree produces good fruit. So if you're a bad tree, your roots are not grounded, and you move with all these branches with no flowers, where's your fruit? 12, enter through the narrow gate. The narrow gate? What is the narrow gate? It is not the road least traveled. That is a partition that you utilize. Even for boundaries that require no resistance, no security, because everybody's on the wide road. But it's your nervous system. The narrow gate is your nervous system. Okay? Yeah, good. And you, just because you think that you've been hidden, right? I was wondering what took so long, man. Hide that idiot. Thank you. Stupid is stupid. Stupid is done. Now, it can be seen very clearly how these relate to the laws of Christ, oil preservation, and hence should be followed. Yahshua Jesus then said that everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on a rock, not on sand. A rock is a solid foundation that can withstand the test of time and challenge. With regards to the sacred secretion, your body is the rock that must form the solid foundation for spiritual practices and also protect that fluid. Hear these words and follow the rules of preservation that were lost for so many centuries but are now coming to light in the age. And they say Aquarius. You need to really look into what that means. All you people, I see some people are dear to my heart, still call them out there Aquarius and Libras, and stop it. What is wrong with you? Are you that grafted into the lie that you can't break free? That you got to sit there believing in fiction? That means lack of knowledge. That you are Gemini, you are Cancer. Like, come on, get your heads up out of your buttocks. Like that Vietnam, something flew out and jumped up and bit me in the buttocks. And be like, yeah, I'll be looking at you like Forrest Gumps or Gumpettes. Remember though, that every person's soul story is different. You just need to experiment and find what methods work for yours. Your body will tell you when you are on the right track through good feelings and synchronicities. So come back to yourself, breathe and listen. Obviously, it'll let you know when it's not good. That's why I say a lot of times people take all these crap supplements. They're buying this because it's coming out with the fear of what was happening. It's the very same people that created it. The ones monopolizing it. It's the idiots that are pushing it, and you'll get it. Remember, somebody bought me that stuff, and all of a sudden they sent it to me, but I'm not paying for it. I told homeboy, you better check your account. And I told him, don't send it again. Because I asked him, where's the ingredients coming from? Is it coming from China? Yeah, both. Why do y'all think people are supposed to take this? Who is you? I call the businesses, and I go very hard on them. Because I know that they're full of it. I don't care if they're black, yellow, red, whatever, blue, purple, crystal. I don't give a damn. And a lot of you don't see that. Because you choose not to see it. Because you're on that wide road. Still worried about taxes, which are legal and everything else. Why do you think they armed up the IRS, the USDA, FDA? Just certain school, listen to the people they armed up with weapons you can't. Why are the police running around with, pay attention, why are they running around with silencers on their goddamn rifles? Is that to be able to murder people and most people not be able to hear it? I could be up in here right now, unleash about 10 rounds of AK, a 7.62 or 5.56, and nobody outside to hear it. And that's without a silencer. Now they're all running around with one, so they normalize something that is abnormal. But y'all are not seeing it because you're too caught up in the world of dividends. Let me read the power of now. The true nature of space and time. Let me drink some of this tart cherry juice. Let's start. Now let's start. The true nature of space and time. Charles Johnson, what's up, beloved? Yeah, you know what? I don't care about numbers. We had 3 people that left. I hope whoever leaves, I get rid of you. Stay gone. Don't come in here with all that foolishness. Hey, Dennis Wilson Williams, how you doing? Hey, accuracy. Yeah. God, what do you mean? I want you to say what you mean when you say God. Put it up there. You're opening your big ass mouth, you fraud. I know you're a fraud. I'm going to leave you right there. Jackie Schmidt, if you sit there and watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. Daniel, what's happening? Lloyd, what's going on, beloved? Old Mac. All right? There's no argument. I'll burn you up. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter who you think you are, what you've been taught. I wouldn't give a damn if you've been underground for 30 years and made to be the best thing and come up pushing that. It wouldn't matter to me. Baby Girl Slaughter, how you doing, beloved? Throw your little information up there because it's big information. Give you advice, Unc, about working? Yeah, be an obedient and loyal slave. And you use the word work. I don't know what that is. Okay? So anyway, salutations to everybody in here. Yeah, Victoria Menez, yeah, and you know what? Do something about that African and that fake conquistador and that Gujar, that Jewish bloodline, which that's a new identity, which they're not even Jews. They are the first to be betrothed, the first anomalies, the first bastard individuals. They are the first of disease. Yes, that's what these Gujars are. Y'all didn't know that. I had to bring it to you. They're the first that would be considered mulattoes. They are the first to be the perversions of life, to sleep with one another in the dark. And everybody wants to be one. See the work they did on you? It's more to it than that. But I'm not here for that. Okay? The true nature of space and time. It's not saying this is the actual fact. This is just information. Now consider this. If there were nothing but silence, enjoy the silence, come crashing down into my little world. Faith is very, very... Okay. My apologies. Now consider this. If there were nothing but silence, it wouldn't exist for you. Y'all too fucking noisy. Not to me, but to yourselves. Even the machine is too noisy. It can never learn, even the programming. It can, unless I was to do the program. They could do all they want. Just know this. It wouldn't exist for you. You wouldn't know what it is. Only when sound appears does silence come into being. Similarly, if there were only space without any objects in space, it wouldn't exist for you. Imagine yourself as a point of consciousness floating in the vastness of space. Within itself, right? Well, excuse me. No stars. No galaxies. Just emptiness. Suddenly, space wouldn't be vast anymore, would it? It would not be there at all, in all actuality. There would be no speed, no movement from here to there. At least 2 points of references are required or needed for distance and space to come into being. To cross the distance, they must have the space, right? You must have a point and it must start somewhere, you think. I mean, in emptiness, there's no start, no beginning and no ending. No start and stop. You see what I'm saying? Most of y'all participate in start and stops. You have a whole thing to cross. You have not yet to empty yourself because you don't know what it is, because you've been full with too many somethings. Which you know nothing about. Check this out. Stay in your place, youngin. Anyway, there would be no speed, no movement from here to there. At least 2 points of reference are needed for distance and space to come into being. Space comes from, well, let's put it like this. Space comes into being the moment the one becomes two. So you have space, if you create this division, okay? And as two becomes the 10,000s of things. So if I create division and I start institutionalizing people with certain things or acronyms or ideologies and nouns or pronouns that never exist, what do? I set up one of the biggest mousetraps ever. But the mousetrap works both ways. As Lao Tse calls the manifested world, space becomes more and more vast. So world and space arise simultaneously. Do you know what it means, vast? Y'all believe space. It means you can put a lot of shit in there. That means a lot of garbage. And most of y'all run around this world, especially gamers. I'm going to create things, and I'm going to put planets and universe, things that don't even exist as the staple of inaccuracies and ignorance to which been by design and created by the very enemy that's going to destroy you. Yeah, then listen to it, because that's what you're doing right now. Nothing could be without space, yet space is nothing before the universe came into being. I'm reading these things because you have some individuals who are actually intelligent enough to have a deeper or closer understanding, or maybe those who came hidden to bring enlightenment. Y'all don't know what books to look for. You don't know where to look and read. You run around like the deplorable things that you are. I already stated, if I had my way, I'd personally destroy half of you. That's not what I'm here for. Before the universe came into being, before the Big Bang, if you like, that stuff, there wasn't a vast empty space waiting to be filled. Never existed. There was no space, as there was no thing. There was only the unmanifested, the one. When the one became the 10,000 things, Elohims, suddenly space seemed to be there and enabled the many to be. You actually running around blind and spoke yourselves into existence. It doesn't matter the means. Where did it go? It's all about pleasure. But how do you have pleasure with all the hardships and pains? Where did it come from? Was it created by God? I'm going to use that word. Some people are stupid. To accommodate the universe? Of course not. Space is nothing or no thing, so it was never created. Go out on a clear night and look up at the sky. The thousands of what you call stars, to which they're not. You can see with the naked eye are no more than an infinitesimal fraction of what is there. Over 100 billion, ideologies of galaxies can already be detected with the most powerful telescopes. Yet the most powerful telescopes, if you ever seen the real pictures of, as I have, you would see things that look like they're alive. Water, frequencies, sounds, actually like snow crystals and rain droplets, if you ever seen them under, without all the amoebas and everything. But if you would look at even the amoebas, the growing things, you would see the very same designs within them. Each so-called galaxy, an island, possibly maybe a universe, are a refraction of the worlds around you, peeping in through the waters. So you see the immenseness from the greater dome to the smaller domes. You see everything, not knowing what it is you look at or see. I had to throw that in there because y'all would never think it. Island universe with billions of stars, yet what is even more awe-inspiring is the infinity of space itself, the depth and stillness that allows all of that magnificence to be. Nothing could be more awe-inspiring and majestic than the inconceivable vastness and stillness of space. And yet, what is it? Emptiness, vast emptiness. So therefore, you really see nothing. Your perception is guided by those who've inoculated you with a whole lot of torrid nonsense, not even dream-worthy. What appears to us as space in our universe perceived through the mind and through the senses of the unmanifested itself, eternalized, it is the body of creation. And the greatness miracle is this, that stillness and vastness that enables the universe to be is not just out there in space, it is also within you. When you are utterly and totally present, you encounter it as the still inner space of no mind. Within you, It is vast in depth, not in extension. Spatial extension is ultimately a misinterpretation, a misperception of infinite depth. There's no explanation. It does not require it. An attribute to the one transcendental reality. That's why you have people typing all over the place. They have nothing. Let's say if they had something, it would still be nothing for those of you walking in a factor of, I guess you would say, conceivable truth, aspiring for self, to aspire self, instead of always outside, broken. According to Einstein, space and time are not separate. Y'all know this is the space-time continuum. But I don't really understand it, but I think he is saying that time is the fourth dimension. It's not what he meant, of space. He calls it the space-time continuum. Let's say there's 1,000 dimensions. Let's leave it alone. Yes, what you perceive eternally as space and time are ultimately illusory, but they contain a core of truth you manifest. That there are the two essential attributes. They are the two essential attributes of God, infinity and eternity, perceived as if they had an external existence outside of you. They have you believing this is infinity, this loop. How would that be infinity if that ends? Infinity has no byline. It has no equal. There is no equation. There is no oscillation. There's nothing. It exists. Less than a point or period in time that you can even conceptualize. It exists that it doesn't exist. Within you, as if they had an external existence outside you. Within you, both space and time have an inner equivalent that reveals their true nature, as well as your own, where space is the still, infinitely deep realm of no mind. The inner equivalent of time is presence, awareness of the eternal now. Remember that there is no distinction between them. When space and time are realized within as the unmanifested, no mind and presence, external space and time continue to exist for you, but they become much less important. The world, too, continues to exist for you, but it will not bind you anymore. Y'all are held, and you're all slaves. I don't care if you think you're in the right place. You're working with the enemy, and they promise you many great things. You are the obedient slave, and some would say, well, that's a good thing. I'm going to get into slavery next week, and I'll let you know that thinking you're the obedient slave, or you perversions that walk in a hybridized blood manipulation of things, that there's nothing natural or normal about you. Nothing. You were created to die, to be destroyed. You were, no matter what you think or believe, or at least to be manipulated and to be utilized, to be made to believe that. And some do it willingly. And that's tart. And there are those who, even if they knew the truth, would still stand whole because they have too much stuff. It's too many things. And they don't have control, nor do they exhibit their power of truth. So they're weak, defeated from the moment of deception, the lies planted and given to them. Let's go ahead, and this is winner of the Turn of Tomorrow Fellowship, Ishmael, an adventure of the mind and spirit. Chapter 7. As you see, excuse me, as you see, I left a book beside your chair, Ishmael said. It was the American Heritage Book of Indians. While we're on or near the subject of population control, there's a map of tribal locations there in the front of you may find illuminating. Where did they put all the churches? Where did they put all the liquor stores? Where are the most of Margaret Sanger's Let's kill the baby, the nigger baby. Where are the most of them located? Oh, of course they're going to affect the Puerto Ricans and the Cubanos and some of the Mexicans. Only a handful, most of them stay away. But why? Well, besides the fact that they divided everybody in ignorance, because you still have, though Mexicans are mixed as you can get. A lot of our people, so I'm using Mexico to mean South America. It doesn't deny them the fact, the reality of having our bloodline. But if you keep that death gate open, what is practical? Isn't it arduous to what Margaret Sanger, Rockefeller, H.G. Wells, Carnegie, Rothschilds, all the fake names, the gray and black Pope, the 13 to the 100 families, the melanated ones who stand behind them in full guard, and isn't it for all my beloved people, and for the light-skinned folks, because a lot of you actually are our people. There are a number of you. You are by design, their creation. Doesn't matter where you originate at, because most of you never paid attention to it because you would kill your own bloodline. Just as many do today all over, in ignorance. And I know it's a hard thing to swallow. But it does not mean it's the end. Seeing how there's so many somethings, if you cannot figure it out, because you are actually the minority. You are. Even the Negro in America today is far from the minority. They're actually right on the borderline of being the majority. It's facts. And that's without brothers, cousins from Africa or anywhere else. Even the relatives who are returned back in ignorance. All right? Still outnumber you. Actually, everybody. We outnumber everybody still. Nobody wants to read, to see any truth. They want to look at what the enemy puts out there to move along with that. They take a little empty space, they pull out of nonsense, and you run with it because you're running with so much nonsense. It's hard to take it. We've got brothers in France, Europe, and everywhere. Some know they from here, and a lot don't. They run in ignorance. It's by design. I mean, come on. We always look at Europe and all them places as if their food and stuff's not being poisoned because they don't put fructose and nitrites. No, they have other means. Why is it that people don't pay attention to the simplest of simplistic things? It takes a lot to kill us. Oh, a lot. Oh, yeah. When we're too weak, bullets and bombs, yeah, okay. They don't know how to reassemble themselves and come back even stronger, actually pure, because it doesn't have to be through the womb. This is what they fear. So once you plant the seed, the roots have to go deep, but your soil must be pure. The problem is a lot of y'all's soil is not as pure as you think. Anywho, let's carry on. Again, it was the American Heritage Book of Indians. While we're on or near the subject of population control, there's a map of tribal locations there in the front that you may find illuminating in that book, mind you. After I studied it for a minute, he asked me what I made of it. I didn't realize there were so many different peoples. Not all of them were at the same time. Antiquity to now. But most of them were. What I'd like you to think about is what served to limit their growth. How is the map supposed to help? I wanted you to see that this was far from an empty continent. All right? He just wanted to see it was far from empty. There was nothing empty about it at all. Population control wasn't a luxury. It was a necessity. Okay. Any ideas you have? You mean from looking at the map? No, I'm afraid not. Well, tell me this. What do the people of your culture do if they get tired of living in the crowded Northeast? That's easy. They move to Arizona, or New Mexico, or Colorado to wide open spaces. And how do the takers in the wide open spaces like that? Well, they don't. They put bumper stickers on their cars that say, if you love New Mexico, go back where you came from. Y'all have seen that. But they don't go back, do they? No, they just keep coming. Why can't the takers of these areas stem the flood? Why can't they limit the population growth of the Northeast? I don't know. I don't see how they could, actually. So what? This is a monologue. I mean, this is a dialogue, excuse me, not a monologue. So what you have is a gushing wellspring of growth in one part of the country that no one bothers to turn off, because the excess can always flow into the wide open spaces of the West. That's right. Yet each of these states has a boundary. Why don't those boundaries keep them out? Y'all know I don't believe in the states, the names, or the boundaries or lines. I don't recognize any of them, especially by a fake-ass government. Because they're not, yet each of these states has a boundary. Why don't those boundaries keep them out? Listen, because they're just imaginary lines. They subjugated you to that fake narrative, those fake ideas. They kept you divided. They created crosshairs on the map, hard sites and targets. But you all think you know something. Exactly. All you have to do is transform yourself into an Arizonian, is to cross that imaginary line and settle down. But the point to note is that around each of the lever of peoples on that map was a boundary. You can say levers like a lead, you know what I'm saying? When you have water and you have a levee, levers for land, okay? To note that is that around each of the levers, it's a levee, levers, peoples on the map, land we're talking about, was a boundary that was definitely not imaginary, a cultural boundary. If the Navajos started feeling crowded, they couldn't say to themselves, well, the Hopi have a lot of wide open space. Let's go over there and be Hopi. They didn't exist on this land until 1939, when they were first brought over to the Hopi land as workers. A little bit before that, Fort Defiance, that's where they take them from the Indian training schools that changed the names, all right, to boarding schools. So it's my great-grandmother made sure I knew that all the way up into the 80s before she passed away. That's why I speak with authority as I do. That's why the Navajo used to get upset with me. I didn't care. I don't take nothing and make something so I can appease somebody in a whole lot of somethings or nothing. Anyway, well, the Hopi have a lot of wide open space. Let's go over there and be Hopi. Such a thing would have been unthinkable to them, in short. Now, New Yorkers could solve their population problems by becoming Arizonians. But the Navajo couldn't solve their population problems by becoming Hopi. Nope. They've married in and pretty much mixed the Hopi out. The few numbers that are left, I only know a handful that are darker than me, that still have some curly hair. Those with round eyes, mind you. Mine are kind of Asiatic. I just have shallow sockets. Yes, I have Chinese eyes, people. That is, my eyes bulge out. And it's not medical. This is actually hereditary. I can't get into it. I can talk about later. I'm a little different, too. But the Navajo couldn't solve their population problems by becoming Hopi. Those cultural boundaries were boundaries that no one crossed by choice. True. On the other hand, the Navajo could cross the Hopi's territorial boundary without crossing their cultural boundary. You mean they could invade Hopi territory? Yes, absolutely, which they've done. Tuba City, Red Lake, Coppermont, anyway, right? But the point I'm making still stands. If you crossed over into Hopi territory, they didn't give you a form or to fill out, just like they stole our land. They just killed you, to which they did. They murdered many Hopis with the government's help. Facts. That worked very well. That gave people a powerful incentive to limit their growth. And I know there's the brothers out here will be like, well, how come the Hopi and the Navajo are marrying? How come a lot of you niggas and crackers are marrying? Shut the fuck up. And I'm being very disdain when I say that, because you know I don't believe in none of this. I don't see the problem with it. But that's another dynamic. Stay on point. Yes, there is that. And by doing so, that they gave people a powerful incentive to limit their growth. Anyway, these were not people limiting their growth for the benefit of mankind or for the benefit of the environment. They limited their growth because, for the most part, this was easier than going to war with their neighbors. And of course, there were some who made no great effort to limit their growth because they had no qualms about going to war with their neighbors. I don't mean to suggest that this was the peaceable kingdom of a utopian dream of society. Eradicate the word society from your mouths. That is enslavement and an endearment to enslavement. It is. In a world where no big brother monitors everyone's behavior and guarantees everyone property rights, it works well to have a reputation for fearlessness and ferocity. And you don't acquire such a reputation by sending your neighbors curt notes of courtesy. You want them to know exactly what they'll be in for if they don't limit their growth and stay in their own territory. Ah, yes, I see. They limited each other, but not just by erecting uncrossable territorial boundaries. Their cultural boundaries had to be uncrossable too. The excess population of the Narragansett couldn't just pack up and move out west to be Cheyenne. The Narragansett had to stay where they were and limit their population. Yes, it's another case where diversity seems to work better than homogeny. I know that's some conflicting and pretty hard stuff to swallow, which I don't really care. But the reality is the reality. Okay? You can feel however you want to feel. It's your God-given right. Just remember the God you're talking about is actually Satan, Hashatan. So many different names. We'll keep the simple ones for the simple-minded who have never expanded their horizon of knowledge. So for those of you, Satan. And that's a plethora of you. And there's some names I would never mention because that would only break you. And yeah, I think y'all are broke enough. Yes, duck it all. Oh, Mac, good to see you. Triple X, what's happening? The global majority is all of us. If we would stop playing with each other, and actually, well, we're going to have the few who are sick, and those disdain to curb the mental strains and the stringent part, to drain that and get it and catch it and want to manipulate it, who have a hard time realizing that we're actually in it together, and we always have been. But lucid dreams are this that. That's why they have this new brand of mushrooms people can buy legally. Well, you really need to look into it. The mushrooms are going to kill a lot of people. They're not natural. Navi, what's up, honey? What's going on, mama? Last Ward, what's up, beloved? Just a number generating numbers. Roger that, Daniel. Exactly. In plain sight. No such thing as time. Thank you, son, man, receipts. Exactly. And you know what? This is how I started before I accepted who I was. When I was in the military, I used to always have to be punctual. That means on time, because we had 12 on, 12 off, 7 days a week. It became where I didn't have to look at the clock. And people were like, Red, how are you up and why are you leaving? I just know it's I guess y'all that time. And even my officers be like, how come you have a hard time with this term time? I says, because I don't know what it is. I can't facilitate nor have a belief in a structure that is unsound in me. My family never motivated on it. We dealt with the seasons as was natural. We knew when to do things. Whenever I went out with my grandmother's garden to bring in to harvest, they call it. That's not what we called it. It was no clock. It was not marked on the calendar on the wall for us for school that we had to look at, sadly. It became normal. I knew when to leave the house. I knew what I was going to eat based on how I felt. They made sure of this. And somewhere in the military, I kind of lost it. And then it came back. Slow. But I had to be on the reservation. I had to be away from the cities. So I knew there was something there underneath they had done with our natural cooling and heating in the buildings, the paint, the metals they brought in, the composites. Everything has an effect on everybody. When you walk into Papa Tony's or Matador's or, Luigi's Pizzeria or Ray's Famous Pizza. Get that big 75-cent big slice. Well, I know they don't make it like that no more. That was as big as a large pizza and Domino's. Everything that the place is constructed of is to keep the numbers, keep you from being able to tap into you. Now, some fortunately are able, and they go crazy. And if you walked up to them and talked to them, you realize they're not crazy. Something is blocking or something's got them confused. Polymers and all that other stuff, you know? You have to remove yourself. And so going to the reservation allowed me, even though I was strong in my standing in front of a tornado, the wife looking and neighbors going, man's crazy. Even my service dog sat beside me, looking at me, tearing. I was like, you're not going nowhere. And they backed off and went into the lake and died down. And people said, there's no way. I mean, the wind had me, I felt like I was coming up off the hills of my feet. And I just refused to move. I didn't recognize it. Oh, my ex-wife is watching. She's still my wife, actually. Well, you know, all the women I've ever married are always going to be bound to me. It's just the way. The two. It's forever. They have a little bit of me in them. There's no way around it. She would say, Luz esta bonilla branch. If you're in here, you let them know. It's not about what's truthful, factual, or not. Some things and some people and some ones have a very hard time reconnecting. There's a lot of things blocked off. Do you think those sonar, all that, the sonar and everything under the ocean is for the benefit of actual military? There are things they don't want to disturb the vessels, to destroy them. And they exist. In one way or another. So, you know, there's no such thing as time or space. You're occupying something by occupation of something that never existed. And therefore you really don't exist, yet you are here. So therefore you are something, but you are not the nothing that you was always meant to be. I'm not saying, I know it's apprehension here. We've always existed. But there's so much bad. You get what I'm saying? So much black mold in the world. It's not about identity crisis, people. That means bad individuals. Things that haven't aspired to be what they're meant to be. Now, we're very aware that there's hands at play to keep you that way. And most people won't listen to change that dynamic. But a lot of you right now, you go to sleep at night, you stress because you know you have to get up. You're stressed because you don't know if you're going to sleep well. You're stressed because of your environment, who's laying beside you. You're stressed because of what the children got to go through. You're stressed, and then you get to work, and you're supposed to perform. Your cortisol levels are heightened. Your blood pressure, your veins are constricted. All these things are happening. And yet you're supposed to take care of yourself because they say they're taking care of you because they give you a roof over your head. When I last checked, it's not government. That's the lie. Aren't you the one that's slaving, making the wages? Taking a whole lot of nothing, making something because a whole lot of something's been created based on nothing. When I say nothing, what do you think it means? Some of you would say, shooting a kid up with a polio vaccine doesn't really a polio vaccine hurt something. Right? That's something. Actually, that's the nothing. Something would be not doing that. See how y'all are so conflicted? You really don't know because you think you know? We can argue semantics all day. You know how many times in a couple of stupid debates I had where I says, no, I'm not. No, you can keep what you got, and walked away. I wasn't gonna make something with somebody who had nothing, and literally was walking around like everything was something. It's not complicated. That's like they need y'all to believe that 1 times 1 cancels itself out or equals 1. No way. They're telling you to multiply. Terrence Howard comes along and shows that, gives a little tea. Now you see what they're trying to do with him. Kanye tells you the true Jews, but it's not the word Jews. He was still ignorant because he doesn't have us in the circle. Now, is there reality to it? I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to create a reality of something that's perversive and already there. That's a stalemate. There's no win-win. There's no lose-lose. And with me, it's not about win or lose. It's about balance. Okay? Triple stays darkness. Men in Black showed us that with the cat with the world hanging around his neck. Exactly. And we all know the world is not a ball, but definitely. That was pretty poignant, huh? Yes. Flexions only. Everything is alive. Yes, it is. You too, Blackbird. Have a magnificent one. Okay. I'll let you get that off. It's no bother, but we're not going to be pushing that here. What is the heading? Oh, excuse me. My apologies, guys. If you were talking about this one, this is the, if you want to purchase, it's an excellent read, actually. Okay? I noticed the focus on this camera is crap. It'd be something brand new. And that's what they're making. I think it's got Simtex in it. So, this is a novel. This is a novel. And I like Daniel Quinn. But this is a novel by Daniel Quinn, author of Providence. So, this is Jim Brittle wrote The Whole Earth Review. As far as from now on, I will divide the books I have read into two categories. The ones I read before Ishmael and those I read after. And actually, I've read this a few times. I used to have sticky notes throughout here. I got a couple lines. I didn't really want to line it up. You can see it's pretty old. I even have New York pizza sauce on the back. I never wiped it off. I just don't care. It's New York, Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? But an excellent read. All right. The other one was The Power of Now. I'll share that again for those who are interested. And I'm not saying agree with everything I'm saying. I'm giving you sources of references. I'm giving you based upon my opinion of what I've learned. I'm not sitting here for argument purposes. So everybody, just relax. Do your research. See what you come up with. All right. My hat, man. I got my thing up under my head. Anyway. This one right here is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Excellent, excellent, excellent. If you're really into the acquiescence or the essence of your existence, it's a magnificent way to look at things differently. They use things in there that I don't fancy. If you know what I mean. I don't. Freaking hat. Here we go. Now, there we go. Our gang. You know what I'm saying? Get the hat right. Anyway, right? There are words in there, and y'all have heard me speak on this, that actually have no real meaning, but because we're in a time and age where words, power, and spells, they're still cast over you. I would just advise you to be aware of some of the words and utilizations, or even to find something that's more befitting of you, and write it out and put your word in there. It's yours. It's your property. You're not selling it. If you sell it, then you could be in trouble. Copyright infringements and all that. But the science of the sacred secretion, the chemical, psychological, and astronomical explanation of eternal alchemy, which is by Victoria Lalu. And this is an excellent, excellent book. I always say if you purchase it, do not let it lay there. Pick it up, become affluent with it. Have a relationship with this content. All right? Not for you people who like to walk up behind cars and have sex in the exhaust pipe. I'm talking about you. Get sourceful with the information in it and aspire to something else. This is my old Navy hat, y'all. This is from the Navy, y'all. Yes, it's that old. Shut up. So maybe that's why I was acting retarded. Let me get it right, y'all. I don't want to be running around here looking like some British ACS. No, ex-nay. Or some special operator to which I am not. No need to be. The thing breaks you down. Could have been, should have been, but you know how that goes. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I just want to go on live. I'm actually going to lay down for another 45 minutes or so, and then we get it up, and give me the guys, we get it on and get a little playing game. I want things to be natural and organic, and that way, because I want to pack up most of the books. Most of the books are going to be heading down to which called Ganja, and some tools and stuff like that. But hopefully, when we get things sold and whatever we don't, right? The thing is to be out of here in about a week and a half. Or another month, if we need to lay over. For one more month, it'll be fine. But it's to be gone. And it's going to happen. And it don't matter about the weather to me. Because we got to set up this tent, too. I want to go ahead and put the 10-man tent up and then see what I want to purchase. I didn't put that one up. This is I think the third Tin Man tent I ever owned. When I was in Millville, I had an old friend of mine house. We had a 20 man, like one of those big, like military joints. Was the canvas with the oil. We had to rub with it all the time. Keeps the rain out and this, that, and other. But the other one, the Tin Man one I had, it was kind of like this one. But it was a more durable material. Well, we'll see with this one when I open it up and we break it out. I want to make sure we pack it right back. I just want to make sure it's not raining because on the because I did look, it's possible we could get some rain, to which I would hope not. A lot of hope there, right? Oh, it came out. Plug came out. Excuse me, guys. I was wondering. I thought Alexander was down here messing with the JB4. He was messing with the wire. He's got to stop that. That's dangerous. All right, let me see here, just to make sure. Because if it don't rain today, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let me get the background data for this because I have to. Okay. Right. So we're looking at possible 1 to 5% chance of rain today, which is better than what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because we had quite a bit of with the rain, and a lot of y'all, monsoon season, I think, is about up on us. Well, okay, what it's saying is today is looking at roughly anywhere, we could be getting about 15 to 20% between 11 a.m. to roughly around 4 p.m. That's not bad. Let's see if we get the tent up, we get the trunks, we get the toaster. The toaster's going to be in here by the front door until Ganja gets ready to leave tomorrow. I want to go to the range to do a little shooting too, just a little bit. But some other things, I want to take some black bags and I want to get some more clothes. I'm going to empty out, I got 3 socks. I have 3 sock drawers. 3 of these drawers are just socks, y'all. A lot of them, I don't wear them. I'm not going to give people some socks to wear. I mean, if they really need them. But a lot of people here, the weather's not like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and find out the ones that are old and get rid of them. T-shirts, I'm going to cut that down. I still have T-shirts from while I was working at Cisco. I still have the shirt, like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? 1990 something. So I'm going to put those in the bags. I'm going to have the bags of what's going to go thrown away. And then what's I'm going to leave at the church door as far as clothes. So that's got to happen. And then we'll probably sit back and relax. But I definitely want to get out the range, get the toes full, because that's going to be hard. I don't want Ganja. Like all of us, we all wear back braces. We've all got some back injuries. I've had back surgery though. We're going to make sure that the totes are loaded appropriate enough where it's not too harsh when you're picking it up. And you know what I mean? Want to make sure that it's good for the environment and the wetness, because they get more rain over there where he's at. We're all going to be at. So I want to make sure that the books are not getting damaged at all. So when he gets there, I want him to show where he puts them at and make sure that there's no way they can get wet, because it's important. It's thousands of dollars worth of books. So it's not the monetary, it's the information. And I think I'm gonna sell this TV right here to my neighbor, the smart TV I got right here. I told him they said 130, 150, so I'm just gonna give it to him with the DVD player. I don't know, somebody said keep a DVD player. I can hook it up to different things, watch it on the screen. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. I really, when we get to where we're going, I need to be reading more. I need to be meditating. I don't need to be looking at dumb tube for the lights to be manipulating your algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to happen to me, but I'm not going to partake in it. Things have to be done. We're at a different time, a different empath. This is either you know it or you don't. If you don't know it, be comfortable in your expose. I'm comfortable either way. It's just I just wear some things. All right. So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm gonna shout everybody out. I just want to make sure I shout everybody out. Hey, Chris Capino, how you doing? Love it. Hey, I mean. 81-1, appreciate you. And hey, stop with that, the word of God. The God in the Bible they're talking about is the Satan these bastards worship. Either you get it together or you get your ass on. Because I'll make sure you have 1,000 counts, you'll never be able to come in my line. I have no feelings. I am telling you a fact. And if you're broken or if you're one of them, come and meet me. I think you know. If you don't, keep your little monkey ass out. Don't come in here with that shit again. Their God is no God at all, but a God. Your creator is bigger than any God. The creator of creation is bigger than anything. The word God minimalizes and creates sacrilege for something that is a deviant. However, I ain't gonna come in your sleep. It'd be a waste of time. Think it's a game. Excuse me. What got me really to thinking about Africa was when my mother, I'm not even done, I was gonna talk about that here in a minute, was young, and I was very young. We would see those communicable commercials with the babies, with the flies in the eyes, and fast forward 50 years. Exactly. We still see the same thing like it's some hellish matrix. Actually, it doesn't happen in most places, only except for where the fake-ass Muslim murdering bastards, who cannibals and everything else. All right, those are the ones that create that. Everywhere else, it doesn't exist except for Liberians, the people that came from America and created that place, and the ones up and above, to which even they're kind of ignorant to the narrative. I have friends who returned from Liberia, and they were pissed off at black Americans, man. Especially calling themselves black. They were literally going, you don't know who you are? You're the original people of this land. They will tell them this in New York. Them dumb niggas so busy listening to them homosexuals in the music industry. And so busy listening to those dumb niggas in the streets and people of foreigners who came from Dominican Republic, this and don't know the first thing, but lived there 1 or 2 generations thinking they're gangsters, so they're going to talk how they want because they're in Brownsville, this and another. And most of the niggas around there were stupid. What's changed? But they came there and some of the Liberians were sitting there talking. I'd be right there listening, right with them. Y'all ain't know, man, I'm 6 generations cut away from my land here. And the mom was like, what do you mean? So what if there was to be a real African American, it'd be me. If somebody born in Africa was truly an American. They didn't even know what to make of it. That little pedophile that moved to California and was sucking Jews' dicks and everything over there, who y'all was following, a Nigerian, right? Y'all know. What's that dude named? The little goofy skinny dude, walking around with the little, all that Masonic crap all over his head and everything, Sonnet in him. Light. His name was Light. That's some weak light. Who wants to light around him? I need to see, cuz. I don't need control. I don't need my light dim, man, to see. But what I'm saying is, people like that did that intentionally, utilizing your ignorance. Because Light know exactly who's of this land. He know that they're not African. But because who's allowing it and backing it? How do you get a world famous crackhead, get locked up, and all of a sudden be out in the streets with this big new thing pushing Marcus Garvey-Knight crap of red, black, and green when they killed him in his 40s? Yeah, they put him over there in UK in an empty apartment, broke, penniless, 40-something years old. Marcus Garvey, dead. And the Sarnetta, I mean, yo, he won't talk with me because I break him. He had to kick off 50,000 right off the pot just to have just in order. All right, before I get him disrespect him putting hands on him. But anyway, right? Haile Selassie, I already told you a story about that. Had to even have a goofy fake new African trying to talk about and the African Americans. No, that ain't how it happened. It was the Hellfighter, Harlem Hellfighters, a few that was able to fly away, right? Or the pilots, Tuskegeans, went over there and fought back and drove Italy back. Haile Selassie and Ethiopians do a damn thing. Disrespect us on the merits of what we did, the great war fighters, the best flyers and everything else that we created the plane. And then they want to now all of a sudden, because of what's going on in this fake-ass world with the Soros and all them faggots, want to see that and see themselves the same as us? No, beloved. We're different. Sorry, my brothers in Africa, we're your cousins, but we're not the same. We are not the same. The pain, the affliction, the lies, all the same. The death, and everything else. But we are 2 totally different people, or individuals, or who we stand as. And that's not by a portrait of a painting. It's just what it is. You got to tip to avoid and escape it. Nelson Mandela knew it. Martin Luther King told you we find a Negro languishing this what? Muhammad Ali, y'all all so crazy about what you don't know how to listen. Say, hey, me and the African ain't saying y'all African, I couldn't even go in the restaurants and eat, use the bathroom. Africans can walk in the side, you drink out the white fountain, eat at the table. We couldn't even go in there. So don't sit here talking about what's the same. All the wet nurses we gave to get them babies from colic because I'm manipulating with the genes and fucking them up. All you little pale skin babies, they're bringing them over to big mamas who could breastfeed the goddamn whole community. And then y'all turn around and kill, and then you get older and you have a generation start killing big mamas, great grandbaby, great grandnieces and nephews. Motherfuckers, you. But there's no get away from that. So you might as well hold on to that, the few you watch. To the big mamas and the big papas. Appreciate y'all. Rogue Fox, nutrition is our birthright, our bodies. Yes, yes. Where am I from? Here. Fun factor, from here. Got me really to thinking about Uncle. But I could dig what you're saying, Alea. I could dig what you're saying. But that's a beautiful place over there. And I'm grateful. And it's sad that you have to see camouflage doing this. Like they couldn't do it business-wise. Because you have the CIA, MI6, Mossad all over that place. You have the Chinese goddamn worthless-ass police department, fake their branch of it, over there, creating problems and shit. All right? But the problem with this is they're not as good as the rest of them. Because they're built off the foundations of our ancient ways. Our people could be together without all this indescriptive black bullshit and all these other demeaning narratives, these social constructs that we didn't create, and stop being so lucid in these false dreams and this dire desire to belong when this is your goddamn world. That means they did a good job. Y'all can get your heads out your ass, and that's the facility where people are running around in a facility. You're not running around in your earth because of a fucking dollar. And a false need to belong to what? You're not ready for this. All right? Exhaust pipe. Yeah, well, you know I'm Baby Rosada. My apologies. I know that was a little... Well, there's people running around. I seen it over here. But, like, at night... Well, I don't know if they drug or high, but actually, behind a little Daihatsu, homeboy was down there on one knee hitting the exhaust pipe. And we ran over there and started throwing rocks at him. Yeah, I didn't want to hit him. I don't know what he got on. He might be lathered in that stuff. I don't know. We just threw little pebbles. Like, get your ass away. Boy, if you don't... And we cracking jokes, but not how he looked. We said something must be wrong, but, you know, somebody we knew. We never knew that, but, you know, I mean, it was night by the park. And we are driving around with our lights half off. And, nigga, what's that? We walking, and, you know, we quiet. Nigga down there, the Daihatsu's getting hit from the backside. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't all right. You know what I'm saying? Millennial, hey, hon, how you doing? Appreciate it. Did I miss the good stuff? Sorry. Hopefully, no. There's no missing. You always go back and watch it again. You know what I'm saying? If only all live in peace. Yes, Curtis. Yes, beloved. And we would have actually a peace of mind. That means actually a mind belonging back to us. Regardless of all the damage, the other would take time to repair and reconstitute itself. You know what I mean? Like dry it out. Now we got to get that freeze dry and allow some real fluids to come in there and cinch it back up. And hopefully we can block it away, put a little something to tighten it where they can't come in with the crud anymore. It would be magnificent. You know what I mean? But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Call me Red. I misplaced your number. I got a new one. Oh, did I give you the number? I'll call you, okay? I'll call you for sure, okay? Let me pull this one down. And that's pretty nasty. My apologies, y'all. I saw it. I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't want to go F in the exhaust pipe. And y'all already know. It's just crazy. Same thing like it's some health matrix. I know, man. 50 years, the babies with the fathers and yeah, but yeah, and you know, I remember, man, and they had the singer. What was that one actress that used to go over there? She wasn't doing nothing but getting babies to bring back here, and them babies disappeared, man. You know, she was fat too. I forget what TV show she played on. You know what I mean? I never heard of that guy. Highlight. No, Polite. Let me see if I can pull this fool up. I can't stand him. I talked to him a few times. I knew he was full of smack. He was full of smack. Brother Polite, you want to call him that. They said he was supposed to get locked up. I don't know what's going on. I think he was a front to be put out there for everybody. This goofy nigga. How many onks does it take to become an Onken? Akhenaten. It looked like he's supposed to be in the sea somewhere, holding about 20 barges down. I mean, with all them onks. Like, actually, you know that the onk, they say, represents the female and the male. And that center part is the binder. Is what brings them together. But what female and male? Us or that which we once wore and is something is keeping us from? Is it an embarkment to truth or from truth? That's why I don't play with those things, because the majority of people running around with it, they have no knowledge of truth. When it comes to that, I don't care what it is, what I've read, they have no knowledge of truth. Because you got to remember that Bro Polite comes from that Nubian, and I saw him live. And if they give him the Nubian, he should know that the Americans here are indigenous. And he argued against it for about a decade, and I watched him for like 4 or 5, and he would never stand there and argue with me. He would talk and look away like a little female, and I'm like, I'm standing with my homies, and they're like, Red. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna lay hands, I'm gonna put paws on this nigga. I'm being dead honest. And they were like, oh, Red, you fold him. I don't care. And he had his little fake security, and 2 of them niggas that was security was straight up faggots. We knew about them over in Brooklyn and Harlem, but the thing was from the little Spanish little he-she's they like to fuck, who made it known. But anyway, and it's not, I'm not here to go against, because, you know, the he-she's were cool motherfuckers, but Polite's a punk. I wanted to put paws on him 3 times out of a bunch of times that I saw him. I just wanted to walk up to him and slide him up under, you know. I didn't. Okay? Alicia Cooper, how you doing? I heard a chain thing, and I just want to say thank you for the donations. Hey, Sienna, how you doing, beloved? Danix, appreciate the donations, y'all. All right? Like I said, let me go ahead and check it while I'm here. I'm going to play some music before we get off. I know the brothers are up and they watching. I didn't see T. Is T-Moni's in here? Hey, T, where you at? T, you woke, nigga? Yeah, he might, you know, we wake up, man, you know, shit, shave in the shower. Well, not always. We don't do all that. That water ain't no, I got a good water filter. I'm bringing it with me. I get a hose and hook it up or something. I don't care if it's gravity hanging from a fucking tree. Because the water, you know what I'm saying? But the water, I hope y'all been really paying attention. Remember I gave the little, what you call it? You can still purchase testers or look at some of the things that you can utilize as iodide and this, that, and other to test your water even for heavy metals. And see, and there's some other readings that may pop up that they're not correct. It means it may be something else, even as far as nanotechnology that is almost unwitnessable with your eyes, all right? Y'all should be able to test the water. Remember hot water? The chlorine becomes fluorine. It's gas. It poisons your lungs, your flora and everything. Your silica. Damaging your tongue. They control the water, right? None of y'all got together. None of the light-skinned brothers and the dark-skinned brothers got together to get armed up and saying we're going to take the water treatment facilities back. We're going to take the radio stations, shut them down. They say, okay, we're going to bring in the National Guard. A lot of them are your relatives. And the first thing is, listen, We're either going to take our country back, or we're going to let these bastards keep reshaping, causing division and everything else when they have their own military. They have their own government. They have their own, using our constitution, not the constitution, this one. They have their own underground one. And they move right along with you. And y'all don't know it. And they're the ones working against y'all. When they all going to get together? Because you still got them idiots in Alabama talking about white power. Okay, if they're that, they need to be dead that much. Then I guess the Planet Apes scenario of the war, I guess that's something that's going to inevitable. But until then, they ain't nothing. Their numbers are meaningless. And they stand out like ragged, jagged tooth. It's the other side that y'all not paying attention to. Right now, you got a bunch of dumb people still talking about voting for somebody who's been in office 4 years, ain't done nothing, ain't had no interviews, no real ones. Not scripted, not freestyle, no real debates. And they have fake audience. They even have AI audience standing in front of an airplane where ain't nobody there. They're bringing in people but not allowing the immigrants they left here. And I don't like people calling people this earth immigrants. All right, they say that because they know that what part they played in their design. And they laughing about everything because as far as this, it's giddish because everything's coming to fruition because our people are still running around hallucinately lost, and you got these dumb black, lesbian, whatever someone might be lizard people, and y'all sisters are still paying attention to them. I'm still seeing sisters talking about getting BBLs after what happened to the sister in Turkey. Central South America, man, most people down there love our people. I mean, I love them, so don't get it fucked up. We won't use the word love. We have the ignoramuses who don't know no better, who are coming around. Everything's slow, just like, but you have a lot of black folk, man, that are fucking stupid right now. More than ever in history. I mean, these mugs walking around trying to be Astro Boy and Teen Witch and shit. That's the reason why I shit the one with the Negro looking like a vampire. You talking about conflicted and confused? That shit started around in the late 80s, early 90s. With the dumbass X generation. That breakaway part, small minority. Oh yeah, I listened to, we created music, so I listened to Depeche Mode, R.E.M. and all that in the 90s. Hell, I was part of the goth movement because that was based on our history, nobody else's. That was based on I have a guy over there talking about Vikings with all pale skin. I said, you ain't the real Vikings, nigga, stop it. They were Algonquins, stop it. And they were the first ones hunted by these so-called Russian Christians that would become the Knights Templar who were put by the Vatican to go and hunt and kill them. And then when the Vatican got tired of them niggas, they turned them into, pirates. Don't want to know the real truth. They like the Hollywood narrative, and because their existence, which is brand new, they want to run around, doing dancing in the street, And I'm like, no, man, that's all right for now. It's cool, man, magnificent. I'm feeling it. But historically, you is not that mug. You are not them. And I'm not attempting to hurt them. I don't care about that, but because they need to come up from there. But it is what it is. I mean, look at over there. I'm gonna share this and get off of here. Look at over in Amsterdam and places like Denmark, where they're sending melanated people who were born there. I'm not talking about first generation. I'm talking about second and third. They are the people, the Norwegians. They're sending them to they're sending them to South America. They're sending them to Jamaica. Hey, they don't even speak the patois or nothing. They speak, and what are they doing? And how come nobody said nothing? How come the fake media? But y'all want to listen to broke-back motherfuckers with rainbow flags and the worthless niggas still pushing it because the church some bitches are still ain't nobody challenged to tell them to stop the bullshit because some of you scared. That's what you get, man. Okay? Look at New Zealand. Who were the original people of New Zealand? You know I got 1,000 pictures. But now you see it, they're like half Hindu Arab looking motherfuckers. I mean, come on, man. And then why is you got all these countries got to have these pale-skinned presidents? What the That's why Hawaiians can't say shit to me. That's my peoples. Fijians, you think you got a cracker sitting in there and a Japanese motherfucker that conquered that land and lying on the new, but you want to talk to me when y'all wouldn't even work up on your history because you were still acting because of what Hollywood did in the 1950s. Like, shut up. Now they're treating y'all all like experiments. Now we know there's experiment going on here, but we ain't playing too well with it. We ain't playing too well. That's why they need people to go to sleep and not wake back up. And that's going to be a lot of you motherfuckers. A lot of you people sitting up there doing a little trolling. That's why you're using bots, right? Or you one day going to go to sleep, you ain't going to wake up. You're going to be like, well, oh, well, I did what I had to do. You did nothing. Because see, that's going to be the last of your remembrance. You're not going to be able to tie into your truth. You're going to walk around in that worthless little existence as if you think you something. But that's why I like the trolls to come, because one day I'm going to tell them something and I'm going to see how they react. I'm going to see how steadfast they say. They think that the little thing I put out there, no, that's real. If you're arguing and you're hard, you're going to die. Sorry, this is the way it is. If you want to say it's a witch or whatever you want to call me, motherfucker, name is Lucifer. Get it together. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. I'm giving tea. But if you want to play, keep playing. Keep playing. Come to your senses or stay out of it. They have a very victorious history of using sick individuals with false promises if they could communicate with stability and understanding. Okay? Nothing hard. Just saying. It's just what it is. I know a lot of people think it's a game. Patty cake, baker's man. Put them in the oven. That's all. That's what I get to, man. Fuck all that other shit. Put them in the oven, bake them as fast as you can. That's a little sadistic. Oops-a-doozy. Anyway, other than that, I'm going to keep giving what little tea I can come across. So I'm going to keep sharing a little information and reading some. I'm keeping those certain books, so while I'm here, we're going to be going live. I think it's just important, but don't get it twisted. I like the main line too, straight up to you. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me go ahead. I want to get a little more rest, and we got to do a little few things we got to do, and I'll get with y'all. All right? I appreciate y'all. You dig what I'm saying? I truly do. Appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate that, Dylanbelleastinmail. Appreciate it. I can't believe that this is out of jail. That he is out of jail after the alleged word of a minor of one of his girlfriends. Yeah. Oh, he's out. I thought he was supposed to be in there for a while. That's crazy. New York Minute, what's going on? He was a plant. Yeah, I used to be out there in front of him, cuz. I used to be out there in Harlem, before they put the Planet Fitness up. Apollo Theater down the White Castle. I used to go over there talking to Sophia Stewart, the one that made The Matrix. I used to be chatting with her when she had her little books out there. I used to be out there all the time, part-time, helping out at the Apollo Theater, around the block, going down to Manhattan to the Off-Broadway and stuff. I just saw my boy, Miss Bradshaw. She was big time working on Broadway. She was one of my acting coaches for, I think, acting 2 or 3 or whatever. Showing T, he in the room stretched out. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? People don't want to, they don't like when you tell them to share stuff, you know what I'm saying? But grand ascension, everybody. I hope y'all ascend, man. I truly do. I mean, that's why I'm giving energy there, you know what I mean? Didn't cross that line when that hero called him out. No, he didn't. No. He knew who to play with and who not to. Okay. All right. Yeah, everybody's paying attention to you, bro. You come back in and say that again. One thing you can do, let me see, what's that lady? One thing you can do that may help at least some. If you're going to take a shower or bath, once you have a filter, but use a dusting of baking soda to neutralize the chemicals on. That's a gimme. Very good. Y'all heard what the lady Layla said. What she said, excuse me, beloved. Yeah, that does help. Hey, Bernstein, just leave that name alone, man. You can go fucking die. Thank you. What you gonna do anyway? You're gonna do it very finely. You don't even know who you are. Those veins. What's that? BBL, some sexual thing? That's the Brazilian butt lift, honey. You ever see people with skinny legs and they got this big goofy butt look like silicone? Actually, they take fat from their waistline and they stuff it into their butt, and it's never perfect. So their butt look all the body dysmorphia to me. The mental aspiration is probably why they're doing it, but the body dysmorphia is the thing you can physically see, right? And then they waistline to get it removed, a rib or two, and they do all kind. That's why they wear them those what's called clothes that like those socks, that keep everything. And they get the big boobs. I mean, you got light-skinned women, right, walking around here with legs about the size of my pinky, right? Oh, and don't be laughing, okay? Don't be laughing. This ain't funny when I do this now. So, right, their leg be like this, and this to be their booty. And then their back be like this, right? And this be their boobies. And it's like how they holding it up. And then they move their arm and they go, oh, okay, they do have they got a bicep area, because, you know what I'm saying? And then when they walking, they ain't even no switch. It's just boom. It's right there. It's not even because it ain't nothing natural. And then here's the leg, like right here, right? Let's just say there's two legs, right? This the booty behind it. Like. Yeah. And there be people want to grab on it and stuff. Like, what the fuck you want to grab it on that for, man? That don't even feel, I know it don't feel right. And then some sisters are getting it, and they sit flipping around on them, and they look like that. Yeah. I'm like, who wiping that? How did? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? That's the BBL, Brazilian butt lift. And Brazil, when I was there in the 80s, the people just naturally had nice, beautiful butts. The backside was nice. I don't know when it's curving and cutting it up and making it look a certain way. See, that's for them weirdos. It's them Jews that started that stuff. Told you, they got rid of it in Germany, now it's back there. Best thing that ever happened was Hitler to me. And before that was us, and we just lost our way because of this damn church. I wish some of these nigga preachers come over here and watch this and open their mouth. I didn't know. Oh, you didn't? Okay. You said the live dividend. Yeah. Hello, how you doing from India? Hope you're one of the good guys. If you're not, oh well. Thanks for sharing Little Rock, Arkansas. You already know, beloved. Shit, Window, what's going on, beloved? What's happening? I'm from here. That's also why they need a new crop of people coming in by the millions. Layla, yes. Yes, Leah. Yes. I've been saying that for so long. I was saying it before it started happening. I said, watch, they're going to start opening the floodgates. They created all the problems down there. They created the bloodletting, the murder, ex-police officers, military who was supposed to be protectors. Now they murdering all the people, make it make sense. It's like right here. I said, you just haven't seen it play it out. Numbers are still great, but you don't know how to come together, and that's everybody. I mean, there's the militias popping up, right? Mixed. We're talking about true Americans. But yet, what's wrong with the rest of y'all? You know what I'm saying? 80 watching, I know. Hit the like if y'all don't mind, so we can beat the algorithm. I appreciate y'all if you don't mind. You don't have to like the content. You can hit the down. You can hit the down too. You can hit the thumbs down, which is all right. I know. Sometimes it's a very hard thing for people, but I appreciate it. I really would. New crop of people. Thank you, baby girl Slaughter. I know. There's some of them just can't help themselves. Let me see first. Chef Pim Pam. But you're right. You won't wake up eating all that shit poisoning you in the country. But he's right. He's right, hun. Baby girl Slaughter, he's right. Chief Pim Pam actually says something that is factual. Now, other than the ignorant stuff, I don't care about, like, don't swear, y'all. We're not gonna talk bad, but he's telling the truth. You gotta look at stuff. Remember, look at it. I mean, you was on it, hun. That's how we do. But look at it. You know what I'm saying? Crack ain't good for the brain, guys. No, it's not. Now, see that right there? Get your ass. They get your ass removed. That was just stupid. You couldn't even hang out and just listen and watch. You probably and someone gonna run to another one's platform. I want to watch this dude. See what I'm saying? Now, if he's smart, he's not on that list. Yeah, I have my own list too. Now we have a list too. It's real. Appreciate you. You're welcome. Always. Yeah, he was always weird. True over everything. What's cracking? What's happening? Yeah, for sure. And the difference always stood on business. Appreciate you. Anyway, I just want to say, waist trainers. Yeah, well, compression suits. The compression suits. I mean, because I've seen some people who come on the red, who, you know, now they get fat after high school, after all that running stop, and they get the peyotes and eating every damn thing out that nasty ass store, all because they eating this number garbage. Some of them went by our way because they know us, you know, ex-army and stuff, and them girls look good, man. They went and got themselves suited and booted. But they go down the Phoenix stuff and move around with the Mexicans. They don't even identify as Navajo no more. And they can do that. You know what I'm saying? Compression garment store, yeah. Who laughing at? I'm sorry about the booty thing. I seen some BBLs that look nice. Now, you know, if it's look alright, you know, you can get the seed for sure. Yeah, like what you want, baby boy or girl? Let's make twins. You gotta believe you're gonna be getting your ass hit at 10 o'clock at night for about an hour and a half, and I'm gonna be drinking that warm milk with the cloves. I'm gonna be doing a pomegranate New Zealand honey shot, because besides breaking your back, I'm gonna make sure you get them twins, and they're gonna have all the information, and that's it. But other than that, no, man, no. That BBL, no, it might look like two volleyballs on the rails that hold up the net. No. I seen that. Look, we got all tourists coming here, right? And I've seen some of the pale ones that come here, and I'm like, what's wrong? And my boy like, oh, look at it. I'm like, look at this. What's wrong with it? Why is the ass looking? I could just go palm and hit a slam. Like that. No, man, that's not natural. Where's the curve? Where's the line of curve? No, it's like you could hold pieces of paper under the butt cheek. Like, make that make sense, man. That's not nice looking. That's some funky looking stuff. I wouldn't shave for 2 years. You know what I mean? They don't look like. Yeah, I look like. I'm not this bad mouth women. They got to make better decisions. And oh, what in the hell is up with these eyelashes? I don't have a second one. What the fuck is all this about? What? Is that to catch the snow? So when you're walking, you ain't got to shovel the walkway, so you walk around when it's snowing and it fall off to the side or something? Because I'm seeing eyelashes look like caterpillars from the rainforest wrapped over they. What is it? I look, man. I don't know how anybody bought into that. Bernie. That's all I can think is Bernie. Sesame Street. I ain't never in my life, man. And they got eyebrows and want to cut them and then paint a big black thing coming out like Groucho Marx on the forehead. Y'all mess with some weird ones that like that, man. If y'all got some guys out there like that, they definitely not like us. Kendrick. You know what I mean? It's no longer Jelly or Jam. It's Span. Yeah, now we talk about it. Oh man, yeah, baby. You know, I like to hold the real thing. You know, I'm talking about that chocolate. Chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like it old or young. When it's firm, it's firm. When oh my goodness, when you grab it just right, and it's just there, and you. Oh, excuse me. That's doorboard face. My apologies, y'all. I was in the moment and shit. I have natural curves. They just don't get much velocity, but I appreciate it. But, oh, yeah, natural curves. Ain't nothing wrong with them, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with them. I'm not. Hey, look. Just because I'm worried about fixing my damn old Navy skip hat, my own. No, man. As long as you ain't walking around. Like, look, I'm going to do it one more time. That don't make no sense. No. No. If I could be at this age and still have a six-pack with a little bit of love, you know what I'm saying? Which is not bad. Most women like that. They go, he ain't got AIDS. But I'm just saying, I ain't got diabetes and blood pressure. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Sham. Hey, Jackalope. Your theirs is one of those. No, appreciate you. I hope yours is magnificent. All beautiful ones y'all are. Your day. Remember, beautiful. Your day. Pretty. Your day. All right? Tara, what's going on? I can never even put those things on them females. Like, shit. Listen, I don't talk bad about nobody like that. Now, if you say something, you don't want to be sitting in front of me half plastic. You don't want to be talking about I'm a Bobby down in the Bobby well. I'll be like, and I'm put your ass in that plastic box over there. I get what? Shit. And nobody's gonna be able to see in because it ain't gonna be saran wrap. It's gonna be your dark one to keep your ass in. I'm just saying, Bobby down in the Bobby well, over there. You know what I'm saying? My eyes would be glued shut. Whew, child. Yeah, that's an idiot. Lamb chop. He respects women. So yeah, exactly. The women are the power. That's some liberal idiot. Probably hair purple and pink and blue. I can't. This oh, share it. Melvin's in the chat. Oh no, Melvin's in the chat. Yes, please. Okay. Buttocks look like an oil filter remover. No, look like the oil filter with the boat standing up on the flathead. That's what it's like. The oil and the little ass leg with a boat, big old thing, and they got a little waist, and they walking like, and you sitting there going, they arm can't even reach the top of the crack, and you don't have a bidet. How you washing it? Because all that ass and that buttocks, all that buttocks is not gonna keep that funk away when it's building up. Because y'all know. That's some bad stuff, man. That's just not right, man. You know, we grew up with sisters. We like, cause it's the right size. It was perfect. And all the light-skinned girls, y'all had no booties, man. Y'all was doing squats and everything before all this DNC and branch chain amino acids and everything. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't had no booties. Some of them you had because they're Italian and Sicilians. They had some nigga in them. The Irish woman has some thick little hips and shit like that. But everybody else, y'all ain't have shit. We even had skinny ass Puerto Rican girls. And then somewhere around the late 80s and 90s, all of a sudden the booties popped out. I was like, all right, what's up going on here now? Hold on. They was eating more beans and rice, nigga, cornbread and fried chicken and watermelon. They can't tell me no because I was watching them eat it. And collard green. Me and my wife and them, I turned them on to collard greens. Both of them, Puerto Rican, ain't know what a collard green was. So I brought it, and catfish nuggets. Cornbread, I make homemade cornbread in them, and all of a sudden, booties just got booties. You know what I'm saying? And it look good now. But when I was coming up in the setting, I used to be over there with them Catholic girls because they nasty. You know that hoop to us thing. Anyway, right? We go over there, and even the teachers, they was walking around taking that no nut thing, talking about, I see you run back by the shed. I got that nickel bag. You know, nickel bag back then was a weed. It was Jamaican gold was a dime, which would be half an ounce a day. We go back behind there by Immaculate Conception, by the shed. You know, and they blowing on everything. We ain't got but like 3 minutes, man. Don't worry, it's all good. Most people go on our school. Oh yeah, I used to hit 2 of the teachers over there, y'all. I used to be right by that little shed on the right. Yeah. Then go on by my business. Oh yeah, the kid, man, come on. Everybody knew about the. Come on, y'all. And even them damn teachers, shwit. They didn't even have a bump. I didn't care. It was, you know. Hey, look, y'all. And then they got everybody believing they could do squats and kettlebell, and that's how their booty getting big. 2 years ago, you was talking about you was fat. Now the fat's gone and your booty big. But now what they don't show you is when they take them panties off, they got the little black little mark right there on the booty and on the top part. And you be like, what's that? Oh, that's small. They be like, it's a dimple. They be like, oh, that's a birthmark. You got 4 birthmarks? It ain't like I just looked at one spot. But no, it's all right as long as it don't go like that. Like, what the fuck is that space for? That's the leg and what your ass hang. What? Come on, 70s? No, man, no. There's more melanated people walking around like light skin, and they want to deny it because they think they're safe. Like, nobody's safe because your hair thick as hell and straight. That don't mean nothing. That means you less than what your mammy was. You got something though. You holding on to something. Yes, you is. Because I'm not complaining. I like it all. Like in a hole. My testosterone levels are high. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just what it is, man. What the fuck? I mean, my shit get... And I be like for an hour, like, what the hell, man? And I ain't no little motherfucker. So, you know, I be like, I gotta put on compression shorts just to walk around with people ain't... Because women do this. I don't walk around with gray sweatpants, y'all. Because you know how we had to have the boxer on, so it's flip. And they... And you like, you with your man. Like, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just being honest. What was that? Drop bottom boot. Yeah, just a drop bottom boot. This boot, I ain't, and it looked like it might, be honest with y'all. When I saw that, that one dude, they got the BBL, because he's gay, right? I said, besides the faggotry in it, I don't know, I don't like the word homosexual. This faggotry, it's like a faggot cigarette, you know? Then his friend, the girl, because you know y'all sisters fucked up, y'all the ones pushing it. She got one. His looked better than her. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking about. She should have followed that nigga. And then when I didn't know it was a him until he turned around in the TikTok-y thing. He had on shorts, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, we was watching movies last night, me, 10, and it was good movies. And every time, this is the age of this Zionist, this fake Jewish Hollywood thing. Every time you turn around, they gotta have two niggas kissing like they're going crazy now. They just trying to keep, this is when we getting into the Margaret Sanger thing, you know, that's what it is. Because if you run around thinking it's all right to be all like that and you can't have no more people, then how the fuck they supposed to exist? So they just gonna party, and then when they all dead because they ain't had no children, it's gonna be all right. Are they gonna raise some more dumbass gay children? No, man. The dude had a BBL. I thought it was a woman butt. When he turned around, I said, wait the fuck. And then she turned around, her ass was hanging off like it was gutters on the side of a bit. And the shit had a whole lot of stuff trying to hold it. It was just messed up. But every movie, 3 movies, we couldn't even watch the movies, man. We ain't gonna finish it. It's 2 dudes getting slapped, fast-paced, you know. Come on, man. So and the dude BBL, it was a psych. You know, you can't be there around me. You can't come around me like that. Cause you know, I'm gonna be like, you a what? It's what? I mean, I do that for stand-up comedy. So, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Stand that mess. Every time you watch TV, men kissing, yeah, or 2 women. Come on, man. Come on, man. Lance, what's up, bro? Yeah, man. Hey, y'all see them on TikTok, Spanish cat? It's just showing the booty. Like, oh, I got my BBL. This shit look good. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Ain't no drang in it. It was like, it's peach-like motherfucking woman's ass supposed to be. I ain't know it was a Carolina sausage pack in the front and then zoom up with the thin waist and go to broad ass shoulders, linebacker, knock you down in the field. What you saying, kind of with a big headed nigga? No, man, it just showed, and and then the friend, his friend, whatever the fuck the pronouns people's things or whatever. That she's saying their sister, or maybe Latino but dark, and showing her. And I'm like, well, your shit cupping too deep, man. Could you hold that right there and bring it downstairs? In the crevice. I could probably stick this right up in there too. Just walk. You ain't got to hold. Just you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Then in jail, and then did my research. They load them up. And yeah. I can't stand that mess. Everything. Yeah. Maybe they want to program the public, the population to. I'm not. Y'all, now listen to this. I know it's going to sound crazy, right? I don't believe in religions and none of that. I'm not against them because they're here. I'm not for what's being done as far as government, which is bullshit, showing that. Let me tell you about Kamala Harris. She ain't never a plant, a puppet. All right, to carry out the agenda, to create more division. She has no fucking body. She's dumb. She never was, has no knowledge of the job whatsoever. But she's a tool that's employed because they have a lot of fake ones here and they have a lot of dumb individuals here who want something and they're not getting nothing. It's going to be the same way because they're the ones who probably are millionaires and billionaires. So y'all don't know it. All right. And those are the ones they're going to use, and their numbers are not great. But because the media plays a part into it, they're against you. The media, all these fake ass they hate y'all. I don't care what color you are. The migrants, they don't care about them. They'll clean them up and kill them all too. I'm not making this up. They're going to kill every one of them. It don't matter who they hire and put a costume in. Once the job is done, they'll satanize. They won't get to enjoy anything. They're going to kill all of them. Every last one of them. Everyone in the police force, they're going to kill every last one of them. Maybe one or two of them who are deep state undercover, but they're going to, and the ones they made false promises, they're going to kill. What they going to need them for? They're going to kill every one of them. Like you have people with sociopaths out here. As far as they say, they believe like, well, if I get one or two, you got people think like that. But y'all, I'm not saying no more because you made up your minds. You're going to let me get some more of this tart cherry here because I need that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you're going to get what you got coming, beloveds. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, let me get off of here, man. I've been on here for 2 hours. I appreciate you guys. Can't understand a word. JJ Small. To learn English. Have you received the sacred secretion? No, but I'll give it to you. Maybe they want to program the public for population control. Humble French, that's all it is, population control. Yeah, Heather Fitz, you can come and get it. I'll give you all the sacred secretion you need. Can't understand the word. Excellent. That means why you still here then? Why did you take the time to type? It wasn't a word, it was a frequency. You're not vibing the same. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. You know, man, I'll burn any one of these fools. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get with y'all later, man. Gotta go down here, get a little more liquid in the system, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna later, I'll let you know what's going on, what we accomplished, what we got done, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know I don't know what it is, because you like woman and man fluid. Nah, sacred secretion ain't God. See, I thought you was gonna be here and be hospitable and nice. Go and get another account, you gone. Bye. Dumb bitch. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Hot dog. I'm a millennial. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Never call no woman a bitch because a woman ain't a mad dog. Now, there are some that are, but never do that. But when you're not sure what it is, play up to them. Lather them up a little bit. That was a dumb bitch. That Heather Feather, whatever the fuck that was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all have a good one. Ladies, real brothers, real ladies, ones that real uteruses, and you know don't have a little sneaky snack down there, but have a real snack. You know, it ain't a Frankfurter, but it's a moon pie. Real women. Oh yeah, the good shit. And some women know I like a moon pie girl now. Hey. And I can make a moon pie motherfucker sing. Get up and do that thing. Dance and sing. Come on and do. Yeah, anyway. Alright, son, brothers, real ones. Y'all taking some of the suggestions, getting your testosterone levels up. You know, you don't envision a nigga with hair on his back while you trying to pull because you ain't got, and you're talking about can you put on a sense of sword to the real brothers. Let's protect them powerful women. And powerful women, let's keep the strong brothers strong. All right?